Hi, welcome to RoseOpalKnits, our crafty podcast.
This is episode 56, and I'm Daphne.
And I'm Erica, and we are a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law duo from Delaware. And we are coming at you today from a very sunny and kind of springy feeling day, right?
It's a spring day.
Mm-hmm. It snowed on Saturday.
Yeah, and it was freezing yesterday, but now it's like 58.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a spring day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we feel a little warm in our sweaters.
Yes.
Speaking about sweaters.
Oh, speaking of also, if you hear anyone, Holden is outside with the kids. Holden is my husband, and we have 3 kids, and they're all outside that way. So they're pretty close to the window, so you can probably hear them if you have headphones on.
Yep. But this is real life, and this is the time we have to record, so we're using it.
Yep.
And since you just said that, and we have had quite a few new subscribers here recently, I'll go ahead and say that her husband Holden is my oldest son. I have 4 children, and I'm married to my high school sweetheart, and I'm a homeschooling mom. So I think that's everything, right?
Yeah, that's normally what we say if we introduce ourselves like that.
Yeah. So we have quite a bit of stuff today. I have quite a few finished objects. I say it like that because I don't usually. And I have knitting and cross stitch.
I have crochet and knitting.
Okay, cool. All right, so
and show notes are in the description box below.
Yes, all the places you can find us, what we discuss, all that kind of stuff is in the description box below. And in the description box below, we also have the links to several makers, shops that have either offered a discount code for viewers of the podcast or free shipping. So make sure to check that out. And you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the crafty goodness. Finished objects, which is what we're wearing. You go first.
Okay, well, mine's actually a new cast on. I started it last week and finished it this morning. It's the Crescendo sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl.
It'll be on the screen.
I think it's that. But it's just, I thought they were triangles because crescendo reminds me of music, and a crescendo is a triangle facing either which way you're supposed to speed up or slow down. So I see it as triangles, but it's diamonds, I guess. I don't know. I call it triangles because that's my connection to it. But anyways, so it is the pattern says worsted held with a mohair. No, Erin held with a mohair to make a worsted. That's not, I don't know. So I used Knitting for Olive Double Soft Merino, which is a DK held with Yarn Bee 44th Street, which is labeled DK, but it's a fingering to me.
It's a light DK.
It's a fingering to me. Like, I can get gauge for a fingering weight sweater with that yarn. But it's those two, so it made that marling effect. So the darker gray is the Knitting for Olive, and the light gray is the Yarn Bee.
Did you bring the balls up with you?
No.
Oh. Well then.
But I knit it longer than pattern says and did not decrease in the arms until the cuff. Did a rapid decrease and then a 1x1 rib. So, and I knit it longer in the body too. But I knit the 3rd size, so I think it's letters, so C, on a US 10.5 and a 13.
All right. So. And you had that folded down
Yes,
collar.
it's the folded down collar. But
yeah.
And I did this one pretty nice.
You'll
see later, I did not do one so nicely.
Yeah. So I am wearing my ritual sweater by Joji Locatelli. I started it in September of 2021 as it was going to be my Thanksgiving sweater, and I didn't finish it, but that's okay. I made some modifications to this sweater. The original Rituals was designed with 2 colors, and this wide stripe that I have here is actually a wide lace section. So, but I I knit the sweater with the correct numbers. Let's see, other modifications I made. I split for the sleeves earlier than the pattern said to, because I don't like a real dropped armpit.
Mine's pretty dropped.
So I used a bunch of different colors. Oh, here. And I really enjoyed knitting this sweater. I had it in this bag that my friend Julie gave me with Jane Austen quote from the book Persuasion, which is my favorite Jane Austen. And I used this is what I have left. And it is, let me see if I have a tag. I do. I'm kind of organized.
Kind of.
Prairie Spun DK by the Brown Sheep Company. That's what the tag looks like. And I used Cypress Leaves, which is this green. I have two hanks of Cypress Leaves. Huckleberry Pie, which is the purple. Honeycomb, which is the gold. Red Cedar, which is this right here. Wild Indigo, which is this blue. And Al Gray, which is this gray right here. And I have quite a bit left over to make something else, maybe another colorwork sweater, maybe. What else should I tell you about this sweater? I knit I'll show you this picture. It's in black and white, but that's what the pattern was designed to look like. And one, two, three, four, five. I knit the 5th size. And I probably should have knit the 4th size. Because it is very roomy. And like I said, I did have to split for the sleeves sooner because they would have been, like, I think that was saying that I needed to do it down here, I think. But yeah, I'm wearing yoga pants, so I don't really want to stand up. But you know what? I will. I don't think you'll see my pants. Oh, you can't see anything. But see how much room it has? And it's just kind of, but I mean, I like it. I don't have a problem with it.
Oversized sweaters are a thing.
Yeah, so, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, mine's oversized.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But,
it was supposed to have like 15 inches of positive ease. I'm like, not that much.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what needle sizes I used. I know I knit the cuff in the US 6. No, they're not still in the bag. US 6. I knit the body.
I think you went down 3 sizes.
Yes, I was going to say I knit the body on a US 9, and then I think I knit the neckline with a US 8 is what I did. But, and the bottom edging ribbing, I knit with just the US 9. So.
I did the tubular bind off again on mine.
You like that?
I do. It's stretchier. I had a problem for some of my sweaters, the bottom of them being too tight when I bound off, and I hated it because then it would like cinch in right at the bottom. I'm like, ew, it doesn't feel right. Like it's so tight, but the tubular bind off is stretchier. So
that's what I've heard.
I mean, it took me an hour and a half to do the body of it. But the sleeves take like the same amount of time as like binding off normally. So I'm like, why not? Yeah. Plus, you only have to do the long one time.
But, oh, and we do have, the information will be in the show notes, and we do have project pages on Ravelry. That's something we're doing this year. I don't know if we'll do it every year or if we'll even stick with it all year, but
I am.
But okay. All right, cool. Good for you.
I'll probably give up in like June.
Right now I'm sticking with it because I've gone to look at all the written information that I have on my knits and realized that I take really bad notes. And
I don't take notes.
So right now I'm doing really well, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we've talked for almost 10 minutes about 2 sweaters. We better get this show on the road. What else? You have anything else finished?
I have half objects.
Okay, well, I
haven't finished anything.
I
really.
have finished objects. So
Well, for the record, yarn came and I cast it on the sweater. So, finish something.
So I finished cross stitch. This is the pick of the patch. I believe the designer is Brenda Carls Nace of Blue Ribbon Designs. It'll be across the screen, and it is from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, October 2020, I believe. I did switch up some of the called for floss, and these pumpkins were supposed to be jack-o'-lanterns, but I didn't want that because I wanted it to be like a fall piece rather than just a Halloween piece. And I stitched it on 36 count R&R. I forget the color. 2/2 is how I stitched it, and I don't know how I'm going to fully finish it. I'm thinking that I'm either might do like a flat finish, or my mother-in-law is currently working on a quilt, so while she has her sewing machine out, I might ask her to turn it into a little pillow.
Oh, that'd be cute.
But I'm very happy that it's done. And I will at some point have popped a picture in of where it was the last time I showed it. So, then I have another cross stitch finish. Not a fully finished, but just the stitching is finished again.
When did you do this?
I don't know, within the last 2 weeks.
I haven't seen this.
I didn't have a lot left. So this was a free kit that I got out of this magazine. The World of Cross Stitching, and it is number 212. And most of my cross stitching magazines are from 2014, 2015, so it's probably back from then. But yeah, it was the free kit that came with this, and here it is. So the stitching is finished, and I've cut the Ada into the shape of the heart, but I just haven't permanently glued it together or whatever. So, but there it is. I didn't have a lot left on this. I was using the materials that came in the little free kit and ended up running out of one of the pink colors, and then I just put it aside. I thought I bought the pink color, but then I couldn't find it when I went to my DMC stash to finish it up, so I just pulled another pink color that I thought went well enough. And so this flower right here and then that petal right there are not the right color, but I think they look good. So
you can't really tell.
See?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can see it a little bit, but it looks fine.
They're not, that's okay. They don't have to be perfect. Nothing's perfect. So, and, ooh, okay. So, I
like switched roles.
Yeah. So in this bag by Noble Character Crafts, I had put some dishcloth cotton and stuff in it last year because I was going to knit 21 dishcloths in 2021 and I failed.
She's going to knit 22 this year.
But, and this I actually showed as a new purchase in the last episode. This is Scrubology by Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby in the Al Fresco colorway. And I think I said in the last episode that I was going to knit some up for my sister-in-law to add to her birthday present. And so I started them. I cast on 24 stitches with a US 9 and just, knit up until I felt like it was a decent size. So I have three, 1, 2, 3 that are all just that Scrubology al fresco. And then I had a little bit left and I was determined to just finish it up. And so I didn't add that little bit to my stash. So I had some of this. This is Scrubology as well. Left over from sometime last year in my stash. So I striped it with the al fresco. And that's that. So I have 4 of the scrubby dishcloths. And then I brought this into 2022 from 2021. This is Grandma's favorite dishcloth. It's a free pattern by PJ Allen. And this is using Knit Picks Dishy in the Kanai colorway. And so I just finished it. I used a US 8 for this dishcloth, and I think the pattern, it's a free pattern, so I can say that. I think it says to knit up to 45 before you start your decreases, and I believe that I knit up to 47. And so that's where I was. So I finished that. Then I had some of that Knit Picks Dishy colorway left, so I started a new one. And I found 2 little balls of more Dishy in this bag. So I finished one of those little balls. And I didn't have enough, so I had to add another color. I believe these are 2 different grays. They look gray to you? They look kind of beige on the...
They're gray.
Yeah, they're gray. I think, I want to say one is ash and one is dove. But I'm not sure. I might be making that up. So then I just had a little bit of that lighter gray left. So then, this is going into whips. We're going into whips. So I started another one and used it all up.
So what are you going to add to it?
So I had this in the bag. Knit Picks Dishy in the...
Is it on the front?
Yeah, it usually is, but it's right here, Azure. Colorway. So I'm going to start using this and knit this until it's all gone. I think that'll look good together. Yeah. And so like I said, I'm using a US 8 and following the Grandma's Favorite by PJ Allen, except I go up to 47 stitches instead of 45. But also in this bag, I still had this Scrubology from last year that I told you about, which I can tell you what the name is. It is Daydream Thing. So I was like, well, I better finish this up too, because this is the year to finish stuff. If you can't tell, that's what I'm trying to do. So I cast on another one, 24 stitches with a US 9, and that's all I have right now. But I'm enjoying knitting dishcloths right now.
She was supposed to weave in ends for this. She did.
I did. They're all
she was supposed to go weave them in, and then she came back with a dishcloth started.
I figure I might as well knit them while I'm enjoying knitting them, because people always want them.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so we went right from finished objects into whips very efficiently.
Alright, I'm going to talk about 2 at once because they're the exact same, just different colors. But anyways, so I have 2 different socks here. They're the same though. Done the same way, everything, which is fingering held double, knit on a US 4 with a 1x1 rib, vanilla, slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, and then a wedge toe. And I cast on 44 stitches when I do fingering held double. But these are for 2 of Holden's friends from work. And,
you've knit socks for them
yeah,
before.
I've already knit them socks. So, and they both liked them. So, I figured I'd knit them more because I have so much fingering weight yarn that I need to get through. But anyway, so these are them. And the 2 yarns are, hold on. This one. I also have them both other socks started. I'm going to talk about this one first. Trade me.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Anyways, so this one is Yarn B. Not Yarn B. Yarnable by Hypnotic Yarn, and it is called Bougie New Year, which is January's color. So this is what I have left. And
oh wait, hold that up longer. It's got sparkle in it.
yeah, it's the sparkle one.
It's very pretty. I like it.
You know why? This is the wrong ball band. This one's not even that. This is Clark and L. This one's the Clark and L December Yarn Club 2020 Heavenly Peace is what it is.
Oh, it is very pretty.
Yeah, so
Makes me feel peaceful.
that's this one. It's so pretty. But I'm already past the heel, the gusset in the second sock is what it is. So, and I brought these to lunch with us because we actually went out with them today. And the one friend who's getting this one really liked the color. So
Wait, who's getting this one?
this one is for Oi.
Oi, okay.
Yeah, and this one is staying in my sock bag from Mountain State Stitches. And then this other sock, which is done the same way,
I really like that colorway.
is this one. And this one is
the
Yarnable Bougie New Year. So, and this one's in my new Mountain State Stitches bag that I just got.
I like this one too, but I like the other one better.
I know, I really like the other one. And I'm still in the losing stitches. But I'm in the heel flap for this one. So, that's the ball. So,
Now,
let me
I did
put my
want to
tag
say,
back in.
or I want to ask and hear what you have to say, because I feel like I'm remembering it this way. When you used to knit fingering held double, you knit it just like our DK weight sock, right? Didn't you use a US 3 and cast on 48?
I did, but I didn't really knit many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only knit like 2 pairs that way. And then I was realizing that it was really hard in my hands to do that on the US 3. So that's why I went up a needle size and I went down a couple of stitches because I realized that my Patton's Croy, which is a fingering weight yarn that I knit on the US 2,
because it's more like a sport
are
weight.
really loose on me with the 64 stitches that I would normally do. So I figured going down would be a better fit, and it is. So, because Oi wears a 6.5 and Gail wears a 7.5. So they're right in between me. So I can put on both socks and be fine. And these ones fit better because I haven't knit myself a pair of fingering held double.
Oh, okay. All right, you've only knit them for other people?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. I knit
But yeah,
myself
so-
fingering weight socks held double all the time, just using the DK weight recipe.
But yeah, so those are my 2 socks.
Yeah, I really like that color.
I know, right? Like, it's so pretty. They're both pretty. I had Holden choose colors similar because I'm like, what if one likes the other color way more? Whereas if they're like similar, then it's like, but they're similar. So. But yeah, I don't know. That's my logic for it. Plus,
Right.
I have. Look, I put it in the wrong. No, I didn't. I put them in the right bag.
All right, I have a sock too. Right?
I feel like I have a lot of blue sock yarn, and that's also why I chose to give them blues. Even though I really like both colors.
I have needles sticking out everywhere.
My chair is super squeaky.
Yeah, these are old chairs. They're squeaky. All right, so in this bag by Noble Character Crafts, I have, you've seen this before, it's been finished for a while. But this first sock, this was the original Grateful Morning sock, but I reworked the pattern design. And so this one isn't exactly like the pattern is written up. But it is a free pattern on the roseopalknits.com and the blog section called Grateful Morning, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so I hadn't cast on the second one yet, so I went ahead and decided to do that because the only way you can finish the pair is if you actually knit the second one. So I cast on 48 stitches with a US 3, and this is DK yarn, superwash merino with nylon that I dyed in. It was supposed to be a colorway for Christmas, and then my daughter said she saw roses or a rose bush or something, and now all I see are roses. And but anyway, this is my start. This is what I have. Yeah, there's the pattern. I guess that's all I have to say about that.
Socks are a little little like weird to talk about when you have already shown them a bunch,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to like talk about it, and it's like,
Yep.
what do I say?
Mm-hmm.
How much more do you have?
I actually only have one more work in progress.
Oh, okay. Well, then let me talk about these real quick. All right, so this going back to the folded collar thing. I was doing the first sweater. This is gonna be hard to show because I really don't want to mess these balls up. But anyways, so I'm knitting the first sweater by Hive Knits, and I don't remember the size I'm making. I think I'm like the third or fourth. But
Wait, what's this sweater called?
the first sweater.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The first sweater. It is the body of it is just stockinette, but then the sleeves are half fisherman rib. But anyway, so this is yarn that I got from Vulcan's Rest, which is a
local to us yarn shop.
It's more north than Yarn Maven and everything. So it's a little bit further.
It's quite a bit further,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, it's quite a bit further.
It's about 30 minutes further, I think.
Anyway, so I found a mystery cone and I wound it into 2 balls.
She did it. It was on a cone, and she wound it.
I needed 2 balls. I needed to hold it double. I'm holding it double. That was my point. And I have 2 of them in here. So and it's super soft. I don't know the makeup. It is a mystery cone. And I really liked the color and didn't know what to do with it. But it's like 32 ounces of yarn. So I was like, I need to find something to do with it. And then everyone was knitting this that I watch. And I watch a lot of people like in Europe. And this is what they're knitting. And I'm like, I need it. And then like Correa Bay knit this one too. And then I wanted it. So that's why I ended up making it. But anyways, so I was knitting it. I did the folded over neckband. You might not even be able to see it. So I changed my center of round because this side looks fine, right? So this is technically the back of the sweater, but I haven't done short rows yet. So if you turn it around, did I lose a stitch? No. If you turn it around, it's slanted.
Yeah,
like,
it starts to slant at some
It's just
point.
slanted, and that's supposed to be the center front of the neckband. And I'm like, I really don't want to rip this back.
Yeah.
Because I already started the half fisherman rib on the sleeves. And then I have trouble knitting back if I'm holding something double. And I mean, I already folded it over. So I just literally flipped it. I'm not ripping back. So that's where I'm at on this. And I'm on a US 8. And on here I have my little stitch markers from Grizzly Knits. So, but that's that.
How many more whips do you have?
I have 1 knitting, 1 crochet.
Okay. I just have 1. Should I say mine or should you say one of yours? Okay. Well, I'll just show mine. So I have this in a Christmas bag from
Delightful Works.
Yes, Delightful Works.
Susan.
She was so kind to gift us each with a holiday bag, Christmas theme. Yours is Christmas too, right? Yeah. And
Mine has like holly leaves and berries.
And she is one of the makers in the description box below that has an offer for our podcast watchers, free shipping from her shop. So you can find that information down there. And the reason I'm still using this Christmas bag is because it was my Christmas Day cast on.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's going to stay in the bag until it's finished. So on Christmas Day, I casted on the Gracious Sweater by Espace Tricot. And it is a 4-color striped sweater using fingering weight yarn. It's a circular yoke. And it's a free pattern. So I had this yarn.
I should do this.
That I was kind of like not hoarding because I haven't had it that long, but like, you know, it was like I really loved it. So it's 4 skeins of the Hunger Games Mystery Club by Yarnberry. So then I decided that I wanted to knit them up in a sweater, and this is how I decided to do it. So I've casted on the sweater using the first colorway is called Caesar Flickerman. This is what it looks like in a cake. And let's see if I can show this. This is where I was the last time I showed the sweater. This is a Progress Keeper by my friend Tracy of Grizzly Knits. And I knit a little over 2 inches. And I think I have maybe 4 more rounds until I switch colors. So what I decided to do was, can you hold this? Thanks. In between the colorways, I'm going to put in 4 rounds. I originally thought 6, but now I've decided 4 was plenty. 6 would be too wide, I think. 4 rounds of this gray color. This is Coop Knits Socks, yeah. In the Damberite, yeah, colorway. So that, I'm almost there to adding that. And then the next color that I'm going to add is, my yarn is stuck there. This colorway, which is called the Boy with the Bread, which of course is Pita. And after that, I'm going to make the 3rd stripe separated by the gray. This is should be Primrose. Yeah, Primrose Everdeen. And then the final colorway is, it's Effie Trinket. And this is what it looks like. So, very pretty. But yeah. So I am knitting it with a US 6 4mm needle. And I can tell you what size I'm knitting. I think I'm knitting the 3rd size on this one. 1, 2, 3. Yep, the 3rd size. And I haven't modified the pattern at all. So other than like the color striping. So that's that.
All right. I have 2 things for a baby shower. I don't need this on here. Hold on. But anyways, so this first one is a blanket. It is Claire's Blanket by T.B. Kennan, which is Tara from A Loop Through a Loop. But how do you show a blanket? It's huge. But
Here, I'll hold it.
It is a baby blanket, and the yarn is Lion's Brand Pound of Love in the pumpkin pie color. And I did take out a section. There's supposed to be a section in between the cables and the seed stitch. And it was wraps. And I felt like I was going to tension it way too tight to do wraps. So I was just like, nope, we're not going to do it. So I just skipped it. So, and I'm on a US 10.5. So, but that's all I really have to say about it. It's going by so slow. Like, the cables went by so quick. And then I'm in the seed stitch. I'm like, ugh. I'm only like 11 inches in. It's supposed to be 16. So I'm like so close to being done with the seed stitch. But I'm like, don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And she is having a little girl.
Your friend?
But she didn't want
She wanted
pink.
gender neutral.
So I felt like pumpkin pie was a more neutrally color for it. Mm-hmm. So that's that. But I wanted like a girly pattern without being like girly, you know? And I really want to knit that pattern too. So that's what I have for that. And then this one is my crochet pattern. I am not showing this bag. It is stained like there's no tomorrow. So we're just not going to show it. But I don't even know where my pieces are.
Patrick's Day bag.
Yeah, she has one. She'll show hers if she uses it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I use it, but I don't use it for knitting. I keep doodads in it.
Yeah, see, so you might never see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not showing mine.
You might never see
Look
it.
Look at it.
Oh.
That's gross.
Oh.
Yeah. Paisley grabs my bags, and I'm like, ew, gross. Don't touch them.
I thought maybe it had like 1 or 2 spots on it.
No, it's gross. Like, I don't know what she does with this one. It's like a canvas bag.
Ew.
But like I didn't want to look for another one. This one was on top, so I just grabbed it. But anyways, so like I said, she's having a little girl, and I wanted to crochet these little dolls. It is the Flower Spirit Sprite by Critter Stitch, and it's just a little doll. So I have her head so far with her eyes on it, and then one leg. and I'm working on the second leg. So these are her legs. And I shouldn't put that there. I don't even know hook size, anything. I'm on a 3.0 millimeter hook. And these are just like basic ones from Amazon that I bought in a huge pack. And then I'm using...
This is a new purchase, right?
Yeah, this is a new purchase. But they're all the same thing, just different colors. So...
Serdar
Snuggly, which is 100% cotton yarn. So this is a tag. And they're just color numbers. So I'm not going to list them right now. They're color numbers. Plus I don't know which one's which. Because I have 2 ball bands off. But so far I have this color, which is like a tan beigey color. And then white, which is in the leg so far. And that's it. But then I have a yellow, a green, and a brown to go with it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. It'll be done.
Oh, yeah.
For the baby shower, which is 2 weekends from now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right.
That's my baby stuff.
All right. Do you have any other purchases?
No. I mean... I got the Yarnable, but I forgot to bring it up.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay. I got the Yarnable. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't get it.
Because I got Yarnables from Tracy from Grizzly Knits and
Yeah.
the D-Stash that I showed last time. So the only purchase I have is Mountain Safe Stitches bag.
You
I
guys
saw yours
did
and thought.
You guys did a yarn swap.
Oh, yeah.
I just made a bunch of noise
And I mean, my
dropped it.
other purchase was this yarn,
Oh, yeah, you're knitting for Olive. Mm-hmm.
which was double soft merino in the lead color, which is not in the shop anymore. So, you can't get it.
So I got my
Row 1.
row 1. So, and they're beautiful. I love all of them. So the yarn dyer is polka dot sheep. But they are so pretty. I'm sorry, all the noise. I'm just gonna do this. Here, you want to pull those 2 out? They're so pretty. All of them. Look at them together. Oh my goodness, so pretty.
I think this one is like our favorite so far. Because I mean, she gets it, but then she sits there and names them while I tell her if she's right or wrong.
Yeah, we play this little game. But anyway, so what I want to do with these is I want to knit like scrappy socks.
I want a sweater in these colors.
That's very nice. I like those. But anyway, so I don't know. Oh, speaking of scrappy socks. So today, so we're recording on
The 14th.
On the 14th, but it's going to go up on the 15th. And that is the first day of our Scrappy Sock Mal. Because you can knit or crochet your socks.
Under the bed.
And that we are hosting that on Instagram, and you can use the hashtag that is on the screen right now. And it goes from March 15th to May 15th. And no whips. We want them to, right? Isn't that what we said?
Yeah, no whips, but you don't have to finish it.
You don't have to finish your socks. Yeah, so all new cast-ons, but it's just participation. So, just show us pretty pictures of your scrappy socks. And we will pull prizes on May 16th and announce them in the, episode that airs after that. So I want to make these into scrappy socks. And by scrappy socks, you don't have to use your scraps. Like you can pull from full skeins, but it needs to be, multiple yarns, multiple colors. At least 2, 3, 4, but not one color that is variegated or one yarn that is striped different colors. It has to be multiple yarns. And we will pull, what did we decide? 2 prizes?
Yeah.
We're going to pull 2 prizes from the hashtag at the end of the mal. And you can knit fingering weight, DK weight, worsted weight. Anything else? Do kids' socks count?
Why not?
Yeah, sure. Kid socks.
Hey, if you want to make a pair of socks, I can make paisley. Yes or no?
What do you mean? What's
I made pair of socks, but they were 2 different yarns.
Oh, toddler socks.
Cause I mean,
No, they gotta be
No.
a pair. Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
they
they
were
are
a
a pair.
pair, but no.
okay,
No.
so each sock has to have 2 different colors in it. Is what it is then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, each sock has to have 2 different colors because those were single color socks.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I guess you're right.
So,
they were scrappy socks.
you
but
know,
they
if
don't
you
count.
want to knit scrappy socks where the 2 socks don't match, that's great. But you have to have 2 socks with more than one color, yarn in them. Anyway, okay, so that's about the mouth. But I want to knit scrappy socks out of these, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. And also, in the last episode, we had talked about some podcasts, and I go into, in that episode, I talk about how I was watching FlossTube. I found a new FlossTuber, and she was talking about the under 1,000 subs club, and how they just promote channels with under 1,000 subscribers, and because they want to build up community, because it's not about competition. And I just liked the whole idea behind it, so I said, leave us some podcasts in the comments that you would like us to give a shout out to here, and especially those with less than 1,000 subscribers. If they have more, that's fine too. But yeah, definitely if they have under 1,000 subscribers. And so we did. We had 3 comments last episode with all 3 were new to me. I had never heard of them. Well, one of them is a brand new podcast. So let me just tell you quickly about them. I have notes. So the first one that I read about in the comments was by, I don't know if it's Yo Yarn Girl or YO Yarn Girl, but her name is Lisa, and she has a brand new podcast. So she has one, right now, as of this recording, she has 1 episode, and Lisa, I'll just tell you a little bit about her. She lives, as far as I know, she lives in the USA, and she had lots of whips. She showed socks, and she's a new DK weight sock knitter, so that was fun to hear her talk about that. And she had other things. She has showed the start of a shawl, and I want to say that she's working on a garment, but I don't know that she actively showed that. I think maybe there was a picture of it. But one thing she mentioned in her episode was that she's trying to pull from stash this year. And so anyway, go check her out and see if you, give her a like, a subscribe if you're interested. And then the next one that was suggested, this was suggested by Joe Wood in the comments. She suggested My Yarny Corner, and the maker of that channel is named Alex, and she is in the UK. She shows knit and crochet. She has 29 episodes and lots of vlogs, and actually she is vlogging every day in the month of March. And she also has an Etsy shop with yarn and bags, and her partner, I think his name is Daniel or Danny. He helps out with like the yarn dyeing and stuff. So, but yeah, she was fun. I think I watched 2 of her most recent vlogs, and I think her most recent episode. And then the third mention in the comments was suggested by the Crafty Nomad, and she suggested we check out and give a shout out to Bunnyfish Crafts, and her name is Heather, and she has 8 years worth of videos. I was like shocked when I was checking out her channel.
I've heard of her, and I think I've heard of My Yarning Corner.
Okay. All right. Well, so Heather of Bunnyfish Crafts has 8 years worth of videos. I watched her 2022 craft goals video. And in that, she talked about how 2022 for her is the year of the blanket. And she also has a goal where she wants to use up scraps and minis. Like, she has a goal of 500.
Goodness.
Yeah. And then I watched episode 1 because I think each year she starts over with like new episode numbers. So it was episode 1 of 2022. And it was like vlog style. So I think maybe she might not have as many like formal podcasts like we sit down and do, but it was definitely recorded on different days. But and she just talked about the progress that she was making on her blankets and different purchases she's made, and socks. She has plans to knit socks, like a lot of socks for gifts too. But anyway, so I think she was in the US as well. But so yeah, if you are up for watching new podcasts, you know, give them a check out, see if you like them. You're going to give them a like and a subscribe if you feel like it. But if you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments below, and we'd be happy to check them out and give them a shout out. Daphne and I both have one each, I think, that we're going to watch in the next 2 weeks and probably give a shout out to. So that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all I have.
All right, well, I won't talk anymore then. But so we will see you in 2 weeks. That'll be the end of March. So get those scrappy socks casted on if you were going to join us for the scrappy sock make along. And there was a question. Someone asked if they could double dip in the scrappy sock mouth, and that's fine. Yeah. If somebody else is having a make along or a knit along that you can, you know, do it in, like, yeah, go ahead, that's great. And also, as a reminder, we are having a year-long knit along in our Facebook group for the Sweet Mountain Crafts Rose Opal Knits sock set and yarns. Yeah, and so if you want to join us for that, but that's only being hosted in the Facebook group. And however, if you want to knit socks with the sock set, that's 3 different colored yarns, you can enter those in. You show your progress or your start or whatever in the Instagram, in the hashtag, because that would be double dipping. And that works for us. So I'm done talking now. So thanks for coming and spending time with us. We appreciate you being here. And if you're new, we hope that you enjoyed watching us and that you consider liking and subscribing. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.